Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, Escapee captured after gunfight with the police in St. Mary. A high-level police operation in Wood Park, Gale, St. Mary, led to the capture of Nolando Atkinson, an escapee from the Aracabessa police station. Atkinson was apprehended on Friday by a team led by Deputy Superintendent of Police Kenil Blake during a snap raid targeting individuals suspected of harboring fugitives. Head of the St. Mary Police Division, Senior Superintendent Anthony Wallace, detailed the dramatic confrontation. During the operation, two men who were at a premises attempted to flee. One of the men then brandished what appeared to be a firearm and opened gunfire in the direction of the officers, Wallace said. He added that the police took evasive action and returned the fire. The suspects then reportedly fled into nearby bushes where they encountered another police team. The armed suspect again opened the fire, and during an exchange of gunfire, one man was shot and injured, while the other made good his escape, Wallace stated. The injured suspect was taken into custody and later identified as Nolando Atkinson, who had previously escaped from police custody. He was transported to the Porta Maria Hospital for treatment. A search of a bag recovered from Atkinson led to the discovery of 3 live 9mm rounds, 1 cellular phone, 2 electronic devices suspected to be used in the theft of motor vehicles. The police are searching for the second suspect who managed to escape. The St. Andrew South police are investigating the fatal stabbing of a 64-year-old man along Sherlock Crescent in the parish on Friday night. The deceased has been identified as Delton Taxter, an unemployed resident who lived on Sherlock Crescent. According to police reports, Taxter, who is believed to be of unsound mind, was stabbed during a dispute with another man around 10:30 p.m. He was rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The police have confirmed that a 50-year-old man is a suspect in Taxter's killing. The Hunts Bay Criminal Investigation Branch is investigating the case. Man found guilty of brother's murder in 15-year-old stoning incident. A St. Catherine man has been found guilty of murdering his brother by hitting him with a stone during a family dispute in Brayton, Portmore 15 years ago. Heron Douglas, 43, was convicted in the St. Catherine Circuit Court on Thursday for the 2010 killing of his brother, Verral Douglas. The jury deliberated for more than 2 hours of deliberation. Justice Bertram Morrison thanked the jurors for their service and ordered that Douglas be remanded in custody until sentencing on April 11, 2025. The prosecution led evidence that in 2010, a heated family dispute in Old Brayton, Portmore escalated into violence, with the relatives hurling stones at each other. During the confrontation, Douglas threw a stone that struck his brother Verral on the head. Verral was rushed to the hospital, where he later succumbed to his injuries. The Portmore police investigated the matter. He made several court appearances before facing trial. Security forces personnel being urged to update status on voters list for upcoming election. Members of the security forces who are registered to vote are being encouraged to update their status on the police and the military voters list ahead of the upcoming parliamentary general election. The national voters list is segmented to allow police and military electors to vote at their assigned location on the day designated for special services voting. The Electoral Office of Jamaica is appealing to current police and military electors to ensure their name is assigned to the correct location to receive their ballots on voting day. The EOJ says former officers are being asked to verify that their name is removed from the police and the military voters list to eliminate any confusion on special services voting day or election day. The EOJ is asking officers to update their information through the JCF Establishment Human Resource Division or the JDF Chaplaincy Department or any EOJ constituency office or the EOJ head office at 43 Duke Street, Kingston. St. Mary curfew extended. A 48-hour curfew that was imposed in sections of Marston Town and Tank Lane in St. Mary has been extended in response to continued security concerns. The curfew, which should have ended at 6 p.m. on Friday, remains in effect until 6 p.m. on Sunday. The police say intelligence reports indicate continuing criminal activities, including gang-related violence, that pose a threat to public safety. Residents of the two communities are being urged to continue complying with the curfew regulations. On Tuesday night, a 46-year-old man was fatally shot outside his house in Tank Lane. 4 suspects were arrested in connection with the murder. They remain in custody. No intention to bypass consultations on Fort Rocky project, says Grange. Culture Minister Oliver Grange has declared that there is no intention to bypass any agency in the establishment of Fort Rocky as part of the Port Royal Entertainment Zone, while also asserting that it is a suitable site for the intended purpose. The minister was responding on Friday to concerns raised by the Kingston and the St. Andrew Municipal Corporation that unauthorized activities are taking place at the Fort Rocky, and that the ministry and the Jamaica National Heritage Trust began the project without a consultation with the local government body. Ms. Granger stressed the repurposing of Fort Rocky as an entertainment venue has been years in the making. She said agencies were engaged to conduct an ecological assessment of the site as well as a survey of flora and fauna. This, she said, was critical in determining the types of entertainment activities that should take place at the Fort Rocky, considering potential effects on residents, on aviation, and ecological resources in the area. Ms. Grange added that it was determined, based on the environmental assessment, that Fort Rocky is suitable for the purpose intended. She disclosed that she has instructed Permanent Secretary Dean Roy Bernard to meet with the relevant stakeholders to address the concerns raised about the development.
These were critical in determining the types of entertainment activities that should take place at Fort Rocky, considering potential effects on residents, on aviation, and ecological resources in the area. This was a demonstration of our respect for, and commitment to protecting the environment. It was determined based on the environmental assessment that Fort Rocky is suitable for the purpose intended. I've been informed that concerns have been raised by the Member of Parliament, by the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, and by the National Environment and Planning Agency. I therefore ask the Permanent Secretary Bernard, to meet with the relevant entities and to discuss the concerns. 2 meetings have already been held, and a 3rd meeting is scheduled to be held shortly.
Hyde facing fraud charges after allegedly selling rented vehicle for $800,000. A man who allegedly rented a vehicle and then sold it for $800,000 is now facing multiple fraud charges in relation to the incident. Charged with larceny of a motor vehicle, obtaining money by false pretense, and the possession of criminal property is 23-year-old Trevon Hydal from St. Mary. It is alleged that on January 30, Hydal rented a motor car and drove the car to Portmore St. Catherine, where he sold the vehicle to a man for $800,000. He reported collected a partial payment of $400,000 to provide the documents for the vehicle. The police said the vehicle was tracked and found in the possession of a man who informed the officers of the transaction he made with Hydal. Investigations lead to Hydal's subsequent arrest. He is set to appear in court on Thursday, March 13, 2025. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.